Hey guys, Enders here, welcome back to another video. In this video, we're talking about how DICE somehow managed to make a lot of the stuff in this latest patch not functional. It's very poorly quality controlled as a patch. A lot of the stuff mentioned in the patch notes just doesn't work at all, and we'll go over everything that actually doesn't work or kind of half works. So this is definitely going to be a pretty fun video. I'm looking forward to making it. Thank you guys so much for watching, first and foremost. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and I stream every single day at twitch.tv/enders, first link in the description. So first and foremost, let's talk about the PP2000 and the massive buff that weapon received. It's much better now, in my opinion. It's definitely in contention for top 2, if not best SMG in the game, in my opinion, in terms of versatility. Maybe the PP Bison still has an edge over it due to bullet velocity, but in general, the PP2000 after this buff is incredibly good. Now, with that being said, they didn't really buff it in the exact way that they said in the patch notes. In the patch notes, they said that they would extend the PP2000's damage range out to 50 meters, where it will deal 28 damage out to that distance, but it actually deals 28 damage out to 39 meters. So somewhere somebody got something wrong, that's for sure. With that being said, it still has a 10 meter longer maximum damage range than the PP Bison, which is definitely substantial. Now, another very funny thing to do with the weapon in Battlefield 2042 in this patch, the M39 EMR, and you might say, wait a minute, Enders, the M39 EMR wasn't even mentioned in the patch notes. That's correct. The M39 EMR was not mentioned in the patch notes, but in classic DICE fashion, when they do a patch, there is guaranteed something that they did not put in the patch notes that they changed in the game. And this time around, it appears to be the M39 EMR. So if you remember, the M39 EMR was broken in such a way that if you equip the suppressor, it would now one-shot kill people in the head. And of course, rightfully so, people were like, hey, that doesn't really make much sense considering the suppressor says right here that it actually reduces effective range. So you might think, oh, well, they probably just fixed it in this update, right? Like the M39 doesn't one-shot in the head. No, you'd be wrong. They actually made it broken backwards. So what they've done is, they have taken the stats from the factory barrel and the stats from the suppressor, and they've gone ahead and switched them. Because the way it was bugged before, the suppressor was actually the factory barrel, and the factory barrel was actually the suppressor. Now, post-update, it's still one-shot kills in the head. And this is even more disturbing, because I thought it wasn't supposed to one-shot kill in the head. This confirms that DICE actually means for the M39 to one-shot kill in the head out to 40 meters. Now, if that wasn't disturbing enough of a discovery, DICE has, of course, tried to revert the ADS time changes for the extended magazines and drum magazines that were met with just a ton of pushback from the community because, no one asked for them, and this update was supposed to revert them. Now, they have actually reverted the ADS time for drum magazines correctly. Those work how they should now. What is hilarious is, I mentioned previously that this patch has a lot of half-fixed stuff. The extended mags are actually still nerfed. So drum magazines are now back to where they should be, but extended magazines are still how they were in update 3.2 with the super slow aim down sight speed. And this sort of stuff just cracks me up to no end, because they're going to have to make it more complicated for themselves, because they could have just done it the right way the first time with this update, but now this patch requires a second patch to fix the things that they couldn't fix in this update. And finally, at least for what I've found so far, the MTAR was supposed to be buffed. Okay, so I used the weapon. The MTAR is definitely better than it was. It still can't hit the broadside of a barn compared to the other ARs, such as the AK or the Scar, but it's competitive within, I'd say, about 20 meters. With that being said, the heavy barrel on the MTAR actually has the completely wrong headshot multiplier, so don't use the heavy barrel on the MTAR, because all you will be doing is reducing your damage you do with headshots. That is all the broken stuff I know in this patch so far, but let's talk about some of the stuff that this patch actually did correctly. So, Crawford turret, that got a massive buff, and let me tell you something, I can actually feel it. I was fighting against more Crawfords than ever, and the health was absolutely noticeable on the turret. Because I saw people that were so brave, these guys are just Medal of Honor recipients or something. They would run in the middle of the open, place smokes down, place their Crawford turret in the smoke, and then wait for the smoke to dissipate. And then when the smoke clears, they just have the chain gun or whatever you want to call it already sort of half ramped up. And then I saw a dude just mow down like 5 people. It was the most heroic thing I've seen executed in Battlefield 2042 thus far. So all in all, Battlefield 2042 update 3.2.1 is, in my opinion, the lowest quality controlled update we've received in the past, I'd say, 7 or 8 months. They definitely dropped the ball on a lot of stuff in this patch, and it's going to require a secondary patch to rectify the things that they missed in this patch. So I guess you could say that it's pretty much just, right on par with Battlefield 2042 as a whole, just to be expected at this point. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and, of course, subscribe to the channel. I stream every single day at twitch.tv/enders, first link in the description. And let me know what you think about the weapon buffs. Even though the MTAR and PP2000 maybe aren't as good as the update suggested they would be, I still think the PP2000 is worlds better than it was, and it still kills faster than the Scar within 40 meters. So let me know your thoughts below about this update and those weapons, and I'm going to see you guys later.
Grenade out!
Oh, Claymore!
Wait, are you guys all on the flank? Am I going the wrong way?
Reloading now!
That was a friendly Claymore. I couldn't even tell.
Judge guys for Chinese self-modification. This guy altered his program. Weird, like, he's actually dead. We'll go to the scoreboard too to see how the crash is just 4 and 4. Literally hardware ban the characters. Please play. Please play.
Tango down! My gun! Oh my god!
Oh.
Hold on! Need ammo!
There's so much APS in here. Holy shit.